Hello everyone. I am going to show you a cool tool called Boom Learning. Boom Learning is an online platform that allows teachers to purchase or create Boom cards that provide personalized learning for your student specific needs. Boom Learning can be used with kids in pre-K through 12th grade and transition. Boom provides individual teachers and school districts with personalized data driven standard based instruction through Boom cards and Boom Passport. Once you click on the website, you are able to click on student, educators, or try for free. Teachers teachers would click on the blue icon here that says educator sign in. Then it brings you to another page where you can sign in if you have an account or try for free. If you want to create an account, I am going to start by clicking try for free. When you click on try for free, it will ask you a few questions that you need to answer. So Boom Learning can direct you to the right account for you. Student, parents, educators, and school systems can use this platform for this presentation. We are going to click on educators. Since we are all taking this class to be educators, next it will ask you to join with email or other websites such as Google, Microsoft, Clever, etc. I am going to click on join with email and enter my AUM email address. Once you create Once you create a login and password, you are guided to a new screen called your Boom dashboard. Top left corner of your screen, at the top left corner of the screen, you will also see some tabs. These are classes, library, reports, store, and studio. The first tab we are going to look at is the classes tab. There are a few options for setting up a classroom in Boom Learning. You can manually enter your students. This would be good for therapists or possibly special ed teachers that do not necessarily have a system to import their classes or students from. However, most classrooms teachers will have their class list in Google Classroom or Clever. If you look to the left hand side of your screen, you will see an area that says import from and lists a few options below. This will allow teachers to officially import their classes into Boom Learning. It is important to note that Boom Learning free subscription only allows 5 students to have an account. If you have a larger class, then you may want to explore the subscription options Boom Learning offers. We will explore those towards the end. For today, I'm going to click on New Classroom. When I do that, it auto populates and names my first class, Derek Harris class, or Mr. Harris class 1. You can change the name by clicking the black pencil right next to it. Under, you will see a classroom code and a password. This allows teachers to use their discretion on how to add students to their class. It also outlines that here and says if you have young student, read the description for younger and older students. Boom Learning also offers a QR code. If you click on the blue ribbon that says QR code, students are able to scan it and add themselves to your class. Also, very important, before using the QR code or the class code, you need to click the unlock button. You can lock and unlock your classroom whenever you need to. Read description after clicking on the unlock button. I'm going to click add student and manually enter a fake student name and create a password for them. After you do this, it will create an avatar for the student that can change in their account. Once teachers have their class uploaded, you can easily print out student login passwords and even individual QR code for their account. You can access that information by clicking the print roster or button here in the middle of the screen. So what's next? The fun part, of course, the Boom cards. But first, what are Boom cards? Boom cards are interactive, self-checking digital task cards that students can play on almost any device that has an internet connection. They make learning fun and fast. They also save teachers a ton of time because they grade themselves, log each student scores, and provide helpful reports for teachers to use. You will find those reports under the report tabs at the top of your screen. So, how do you use this in your classroom? You will assign Boom cards or decks to your student. You can assign them to the class as a whole, or you can assign individual student-specific assignment. This works well for teachers who have students below or above grade level, English language learners, and special education students. Next, we are going to find the Boom cards that we want to use in the classroom. You will click on the Store tab on the top of your screen. Boom cards have a variety of decks available that range in price. We are going to select Find Free tab because there are tons of free decks available that are great to use in the classroom. You will see a variety of free decks pop up. You can browse through the ones they suggest, or if you have a specific topic in mind, you can look it up in the search bar here. They also have a section here to the left of the screen where you can refine your search by subject, grade level, or standards. One of the things I really like about Boom Learning is that the decks are made by teachers for teachers. As I mentioned before, Boom Learning has a few different membership options. However, anyone with a Boom Learning account can create Boom cards, whether you have a free or paid membership. But if you want to share or sell the Boom card, you must have a premium or published paid membership. Within the Boom Learning platform, they have a creator studio that provides teachers with the tools and resources to create Boom cards like drag and drop, functionality, ability to upload custom images and fonts, and access to academic standards. I'm not the most creative teacher in the world, so I'm going to find a free deck to use in my classroom for the video today. I'm going to use this deck called Counting Money, Hidden Pictures, Pennies. This deck was created by Miss J. Miss the Profi. Going to click the blue button that said Add to Library. It will ask me again if I want to add this to my library, and I will click OK. This will put the deck in my library here on the top of the screen. Then I will be able to assign it to my class or Pacific students. Now that I have a deck in my library, I'm going to click on the Library tab at the top of my screen. Your library is where everything you have saved, purchased, or created yourself is stored. Boom Learning uses the cloud to store all your data so it can be accessed anywhere within an internet connection. To the left of the screen, you will see a folders option. This allows teachers to organize their decks and categories by adding a new folder. You create a folder by subject, IEP goals, etc. In my library, you will see counting pending decks that I just added. If I want to assign this deck to a class or specific student, I will click the action button to the right of the deck. When I click on that, I have quite a few options to choose from. Read all options starting with presentation mode and ending with contact author. One option that catches my eye is the Fast Pen option. Fast Pen allows students to play a deck without needing a login to their account. However, when students play using Fast Pen, it does not track progress or data because it does not require students to log in. And just a quick way for students to assess and play the deck for practice or review in whole groups or small group lessons. To assign a deck to your class, you would click the Assign tab. I only have one classroom in my Boom Learning account, but If you had more, it would list them here. You can check what classes you want to assign the Boom deck to. You may notice that it tells you at the bottom, did you know you can bulk assign lesson from the Classes tab? So let's check that out. The Classes tab is back at the top of your screen. You'll want to scroll down a little to where you see the section Students, Assignments, and Reports. Since we already assigned the Counting Pennies deck to this class, we should see it when we click over to Assignment. And there it is. You can also assign individual student Pacific Boom cards. For example, if you click back over to the Student tab and click the drop down arrow, you will see a list of options. If you click on the individual assignment, a new screen will pop up that allows you to search through your library and select decks that are specific to the student needs. This is great for teachers to track progress and data for student working on IEP goals, ESL goals, speech goals, and more. Another cool feature of Boom Learning is the progress monitoring and data tracking tool. If you want to see how your student are performing or progressing, you can click on the report section in the middle of your screen. Once you click on the reports, you will scroll down and you will see data for each student. There's a key down at the bottom of that outline, everything Boom Learning tracks like plays, averages, time, and more. Teachers can use this information and data to drive instructions in their classroom. Lastly, Boom Learning also offers something called Boom Passport. You may be asking yourself, what is the difference between Boom Cards and Boom Passport? Boom Cards are interactive self-grading lessons that educators can create, purchase, and assign individually. They are ideal for teachers who want to create personalized learning experience. Boom Cards are typically purchased individually by educators or therapists. Boom Passport, on the other hand, is a bulk licensing solution designed for schools and districts. With the costs typically covered at the organizational level, it provides district-wide access to a library of over 75,000 Boom card decks. Boom Passport is built for schools and districts as a whole that want a trusted, flexible learning tool across multiple classrooms. School investing in Boom Passport can access dedicated training through the Boom Training Academy as well. There are many pros to Boom Passport, but if your school or district is not using Boom Passport, then you can still create an account and use Boom cards through Boom Learning. Overall, Boom cards are beneficial because they offer an educated, interactive, and self-grading digital learning experience for students. They provide immediate feedback, save teachers time on grading, and offer valuable data on student progress. There are so many ways to plug Boom Learning into your classroom. For intervention groups with a whole classroom, filling time between activities, taking IEP data, and so much more. Kids seem to really like Boom Card. They make learning more engaging and fun in the classroom.